All right, here we go, getting ready to record for our practice today, which is focused on the psoas. And we'll talk about what the psoas is as we go. For the practice today, useful to have a block for sure. A foam one is nice. And you might want a strap, but you might not need a strap, but have that available. So let's come down. Let's start supine. So settling ourselves down and just kind of having that feeling of kind of let the bones settle down on the mat and let the muscles kind of melt down around the bone to the floor. I like to lift my hips and lengthen my tailbone. I'm going to keep my knees bent for the moment. And I'm going to lift my chest and let those shoulder blades settle down underneath my back. And see if I can feel my arm bones in the socket, right? Because often in life, they're a little curved forward. So see if we can let them drop down into my socket. And just come into your breath. Start to just expand it as we lay here for a few moments before we engage in some movement. We'll talk about the psoas, because what I'd like you to do is with your breath, as you inhale and get a little deeper inhalation, activating your diaphragm, feeling your ribs expand. Psoas is starting actually at the bottom of the rib cage on the back is the initial point of the psoas. It's a twin muscle that goes down both sides of the spine. So it's starting at T12, which is the bottom of the rib cage. And it's traveling down the spine. And then it's going to cross through, all this busyness in here, all these organs and everything in here. And it's going to come around and it's going to connect to the femur right here. So it is our muscle that connects our upper body with our lower body. So as you breathe, I'd like you to kind of wash the psoas with your air. So when you inhale, wash the psoas all the way down, get as low as you can, right to that femur connection, and then exhale and just wash the air back out again. So we're just kind of bathing the psoas with air. At your own pace, you might breathe quicker than me or slower than me. All right, so we're going to use our block to explore in a particular way. So I'm going to put my block on this lowest level, and I'm going to lift my hips and I'm going to slide it under my hips. So I am catching my sacrum, but I'm not catching any vertebrae. So I want to feel that it's on my sacrum bones, but all of my vertebrae are flowing off and flowing off right here. So here's my hand. So my vertebrae are flowing off right here. And just sort of settle here for a moment. This is also called supported bridge. Just breathe here. Beautiful. We're going to get into some engagements of the psoas. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep my right leg bent. I'm going to straighten my left leg and see if you can notice a stretching kind of feeling here. Relax the foot down there. So in this position, we have lengthened the psoas, particularly the lower part, the hip flexor part of the psoas. So it is our hip flexor muscle. So we've lengthened it there. And on this side, it's a little shorter because my knee is bent, okay? So let's shorten this even further. Let's pull this knee in. So my hand's on top of my knee. I've brought it in. Everybody will be a little bit different how close you're bringing the knee. That's okay. Be comfortable for you. And that's going to add a little stretchiness over here. So just kind of breathe here. Continuing that idea of washing the psoas with your breath. More breaths. Beautiful. Let's just let this right foot come down, connect to the floor. Let's bend the left leg so we can feel both psoases are in the slightly shortened position here. Let's lengthen the right leg and just feel that first with your breath. And we're going to add to the stretch of the right leg by pulling the left knee in. Again, where it is for me, and one side could be slightly different than the other side. And let's just breathe here. Beautiful. So let's put the left foot down. And we're going to keep this left foot, this left knee bent right now. And what I want to do for a little activation of the psoas is I'm going to activate this muscle by pulling my foot up and come up to about perpendicular. I don't need to come into a hamstring stretch, just kind of perpendicular. And then lower it back down again. So the psoas is doing the work of lifting and lowering my leg. So in the practice, we're going to do some things that are stretching and some things that are strengthening. So this is an action that is strengthening for the psoas. Again, it is a hip flexor muscle. One more time here. Beautiful. Lower it down. Feel the nice relaxed stretch there. Then slide your right foot in. Lengthen your left leg. We'll do the left side. So it's going to come up about perpendicular and it's going to drop back down. My hips are stable on the block. And you can just notice if one side feels different than the other side. When we sit for long periods of time, our psoas tends to get quite short and tight. And we may sit equal on a chair, but we might also cross leg, etc. Sit in a way that changes each side of the psoas and how we're treating it during the day while we're sitting. So there might be a difference in degree of tightness or weakness on either side. A couple more. Beautiful. Let's slide that foot in, press my feet down so I can release that block out from under me and settle myself down. Great. So let's take some bridge pose. So my arms are down by my side. I'm going to connect my feet. So I'm really pressing my feet down. The energy is going up my legs. Hamstrings engage, quadriceps engage, glutes engage, core engages, psoas stretches. And then come on down. We'll do that more officially with my breath. Let's inhale, press down, inhale, press everything up. Exhale, meld back down to the floor. See if you can stay aware of you can kind of watch the movement of the psoas through the gesture of the bridge pose. Right, so here it is starting down here. Exhale down. Let's take one more full bridge. Beautiful. So let's engage our hip flexors. So I'm going to pull my knees in. So I'm shortening my psoas here. And I'm going to use my hip flexors to help rock me up, right? Core and hip flexors are going to rock me on up. And I'm going to come around for all fours. here. Moving things out of my way. So my hands are underneath my shoulders, my knees are underneath my hips. I can be on fists if I have difficulty with my wrists. I like to spread my hand. So I'm kind of spreading the action across my whole hand to help hold me up here. And let us lengthen our tailbone. So here you can test. Here my pelvis is tipped up. Here my pelvis is tipped down. And then I'm going to find that neutral place to start. We're going to cat and cow, so we're going to do those movements. But I want to start with my longest possible spine to start. So sort of feeling from the crown of my head to the tip of my tail, this length. And now let's go ahead and go into our cat and cow. So I'm going to inhale, fill my belly, tip my pelvis, lift my head, draw my shoulders back down my back. And then I'm going to exhale, drop my pelvis, drop my head, scooping everything up. So once again, as we go through this and you continue at your own pace, trace the action of the psoas through your cat and cow. Forward here. Beautiful. Come to neutral, and then I'm going to separate my knees, pull my toes together, and I'm going to sink my hips back into child's pose. I go fairly low. You go where you go, right? So I just want to send my hips back. So wherever they go is perfect. Arms stretch forward, forehead settles on the mat. If it's available to me, I can also make a little pillow for my head. And let's just have some cycles of breath, really relaxing everything here. The psoas is in a short position here, just like being seated. Beautiful. Let's inhale and come back up into our all fours position with that long spine. We're going to do an action that is focused on the quadricep and the hamstring, but engages the psoas as well. So I'm going to slide my right leg back behind me, and I'm still connecting it to the floor, but I've got like kind of a pointed toe, right? Then I'm going to lift it up till it's about hip width. So I get some stretch in the psoas right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flex my foot, and I'm going to bend my knee as if I was pressing through some mud. So it's not a fast gesture, and pull my heel back towards me. Then I'm going to point my toe and stretch my leg back out again through mud. So what's happening here? Flex here. Can you feel it? I'm shortening my hamstring and lengthening my quadricep and stretching my psoas. I'm going to point. I'm going to reach out. I am lengthening my hamstring and shortening my quadricep and shortening my psoas in relative terms, right? Keep coming with this. Torso's very still, just leg action. Got one more. Beautiful. Just let it settle down. Just feel what you feel. Slide it back in. Maybe some little circles. To reset. Okay, great. Organize length in your spine. It'll lengthen my left leg. So I'm just toe on the ground, so it is pointed. Then I'm going to float it up. And now I'm going to flex and bend. And point and straighten. So once again, just feel how I feel. There may be a difference one side to the other side for a variety of reasons. Actually, I didn't feel too bad today, but I did something to my right quadricep this week that's very tight, but it felt pretty good with this. Let's take one more here. Beautiful. Once again, just relax everything. All right, good. And just sit up for a moment, just so you can kind of just release a little tension in your wrists. We're going to come up into down dog next. Just release any tension in your wrists. Great. So here we go. So hands, strong arms, and my toes are tucked. So my intention is for my arms and my toes to float my hips up into the air, right? So I'm going to inhale, knees come up, hips float, 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 float. And then I'm going to pedal to see how my dog today. And I am keeping the weight even between my feet and my hands. So I'm neither weighted forward nor am I pushed back. A few more pedals. And now inhale your full expression of your downward facing dog. Open your mouth and exhale. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. So my aim is to step it near my hand. Maybe I have to step a couple of steps to get there. Then drop my left knee down. If I need some padding under my knee, I can grab a blanket. And I want this knee back, so there's a nice angle here, and I'm going to really drop my hips. So here again, maybe you're feeling the biggest stretch in your psoas that we've had yet. This knee is stacked over this ankle. And breathe here. Beautiful. And then I might pull this back knee in a little bit because I'm going to inhale up and I want to exhale, and I'm just going to stretch over to the right. So I'm going towards the bent knee. Inhale back up, place my hands down with an exhale, and then inhale, tuck my left toes. I'm going to inhale and step back to dog. Open my mouth and exhale. Inhale my left leg up. Exhale, set my left foot forward, same thing. Lower my right knee with this nice space here. Untuck it and then really drop my hips, right? So here my hips a little elevated here. I'm really dropping my hip. Front knee stacked over ankle. We're going to breathe here. So for me, my right psoas is a little tighter than my left was. Noticeable here, right? So maybe the knee pulls in a little bit so I can inhale up, and I'm going to exhale, side stretch towards this left leg. Inhale, my arms come up. Exhale, put my hands down. Let's inhale back to my dog. Open my mouth and exhale. Adding on, I'm going to inhale my left leg up, change my mind. Exhale, step it forward. Now I'm in this elevated position. Put my right foot down at a 45-degree angle. My intention is to come up in warrior one. So I'm low down, and I just want to feel my feet really connect to the ground. Energy comes up my legs. As I inhale up, energy comes up my core, and I inhale and I'm all the way up. Front knee is still stacked over my ankle. The width is what's comfortable for me. I could be wider, I could be narrower. That's what's comfortable for me. Exhale, let's catch up with an inhale. And let's exhale and let's stretch to the left. Side bend to the left. Inhale back up. Exhale, put my hands down. Inhale and step back to downward facing dog. Step it back. There you are. Open your mouth and exhale. Go throw it the other way. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step my right foot forward. Put my left foot down at that 45-degree angle. Feel the energy from my feet, up my legs, up my core, on my core. I'm going to inhale. I'm right here. My hips are relaxed, knees stacked over ankle. Tailbone is long. Catch up with an inhale. Exhale. Stretching to the right. Inhale, my arms are up. Exhale, put my hands on the ground. So now when I inhale, I want to come into a plank. So inhale into a plank. I want you to exhale, lift your right leg up. Inhale, put it down. Exhale, lift your left leg up. Inhale, put it down. Now exhale, lower yourself to the ground, however it suits you. You can put your knees down, half plank, knees down, chest down, or you can do a full chaturanga. So whatever suits you is how you're going to lower yourself down. Untuck your toes, your hands are underneath your shoulders. Let's inhale, my back ribs lift me up in a cobra. And exhale and come back down. Great. So I'm going to put in another little stretch here. So I'm my hands are underneath my shoulders and my head is kind of covered, which is fine here. And what I want to do is this. I want to, I'm going to take my right leg and move it outside of my mat. And then I'm going to roll up and take it behind me. So perhaps the biggest psoas stretch we've had so far. So maybe my foot's on the ground or I'm just reaching back behind me, wherever feels good to you. And then let's get a little quadricep in there. So bend my foot. See if I can grab my ankle with my hand. Here's where you would use a strap if you needed, if you couldn't reach your foot. And then we're stretching quadricep and rectus femoris, which comes right in there. It's a quadricep muscle that goes right into the hip near the psoas. So we're stretching that and the psoas. So breathe here. Great, and then lengthen, still have a little stretch here, and then gradually take it back to and roll back. So you're on your belly once again. Take your left leg out a little wider than the mat, and then rolling up. Take it back, feel the stretch in the psoas there. So maybe the foot is in the air, maybe the foot is on the ground, whatever works for you is good. And then I'm going to bend that foot and grab my ankle and take it into a quadricep stretch. And psoas stretch. Beautiful. Lengthen the leg, a little more stretch there, and then rolling back. Hands are underneath. Let's inhale for another cobra. Exhale, lower myself down. I'm going to tuck my toes. I'm going to inhale into dog. So I can go to all fours, or I can go right to dog, whatever works for me. Inhale all the way up. Open my mouth and exhale. I'm going to inhale my left leg up. I'm going to step my left foot forward, put my right foot down at a 45-degree angle. So I'm in this low position. And once again, I'm going to use my feet and my core to inhale all the way up into warrior two. So catching up with our breath, let us inhale here and exhale. And then inhale, come up. And exhale as you settle into your warrior two. So once again, I've got this knee is stacked over this ankle. I'm as wide as I want to be, right? I could be narrower, I could be wider, so I'm where I want to be. My hips are relaxed, but my tailbone is long, my core is engaged, my chest is elevated, and my shoulders are relaxed. So I'm going to inhale here. Let's go ahead and exhale into reverse. So I'm going to exhale, lifting my left arm up. looking at my left hand. Let's have a cycle of breath, really holding strong in reverse warrior. I'm going to inhale my arms up, straighten my front leg. I'm going to exhale into triangle. So I'm going to reach, 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 reach. And then my hand lands wherever it lands. Mine lands pretty low. Yours might land higher. Wherever you are is perfect. Opening my shoulders and my rib cage to the front of the room. Hips stay relaxed. Breathe here. Let's inhale, come back up. Let's exhale and reverse. Full cycle of breath here. Let's inhale my arms up. Exhale, put my hands on the mat. I'm going to inhale, I'm in plank. I'm going to exhale the right leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Then I'm going to exhale, lower myself down to the ground. However I like to do that. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, I'm back down. Tucking my toes, I'm going to inhale up to down dog. Open my mouth and exhale. Inhale my right leg up. Exhale, step my right foot forward. So once again, I'm going to inhale up into warrior two, right? So let's catch up with our breathing so I can exhale. Inhale me up. Exhale, I'm in warrior two. Nice and strong. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse. Cycle of breath here. Inhale, arms up, legs straightens. Exhale, take me over into triangle. Really square my upper body to the long edge of my mat. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reverse. Cycle of breath here. Inhale, my arms up, turning. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, I'm in plank. Exhale, left leg up. Inhale, exhale, right leg up. Inhale, exhale, lower me down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck my toes. Inhale, I'm all the way up and down dog. My mouth and exhale. Moving on. I'm going to inhale my left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Right foot 45-degree angle. So you know the drill. I'm going to inhale up and then I'm going to exhale right into reverse. So we're going to skip warrior two this time through. So I'm going to inhale up and then exhale. I'm in reverse. Feel strong here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms up, straighten my leg. Exhale into my triangle. I'm not going to stay for very long. I'm going to inhale back. My next ambition is revolved triangle. I'm going to exhale and then inhale as I revolve all the way around towards the back of my mat. And then I'm going to inhale all the way up and exhale, reverse. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, my arms up. Exhale, same drill. I'm coming down. Inhale, I'm in plank. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Now you have a choice. You can go right to down dog or you can do a vinyasa flow. I leave that to you, whether you want to take the flow or you want to just catch up with yourself in down dog, but we will all meet there with an inhale and an exhale. Second side, inhale, right leg. Exhale, step me forward. Inhale up, exhale, reverse. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, arms up, straighten leg. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, going into revolve triangle. Inhale to take me around. Exhale, and then inhale, take me up, that knee bends. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, my arms are up. Exhale, down. Inhale, I'm in plank. Exhale, inhale. And again, so we can just go to a down dog or you can do a vinyasa flow. I leave it to you. We'll inhale into down dog. One mouth and exhale. We got one more time through with a little add on. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Right foot down. I'm going to inhale and then exhale, reverse. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, my arms are up. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, back up and go a little quicker. Exhale, take me into revolve triangle. Inhale all the way up and exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale into warrior three. I'm a little weaker on this side because of a left tendon problem, so I don't go as low on this side. And then inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, my arms are up. Exhale. Once again, I'm going to inhale, step back. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, vinyasa flow. Beat me in down dog. Inhale, cobra if I'm doing that. Inhale, down dog. Open my mouth and exhale. Second side, last time through. Inhale, exhale, step my right foot forward. Inhale, come up, exhale, reverse. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, my arms are up, so legs straight. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, all the way into revolve. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, take me forward into warrior three. Take it where I feel it for the day. Whatever is good for you is good for me. And exhale, back into reverse. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Last time. Inhale, plank, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Take a vinyasa flow if you like. Or we can meet in down dog. Beautiful. Let's inhale and come on my tippy toes. Exhale, walk me forward. Forward fold. First forward fold of the day, if you can believe it. So grab onto your elbows and just really enjoy it. Like hang your head, relax your neck, relax your jaw. Maybe sway here. Just really enjoy this moment. We've been working hard. Beautiful. Catch up with an inhale here and an exhale. Inhale, my back ribs lift me up for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. Great, shake everything out. I need a sip of water. Great, so a couple of things here standing. Another psoas activation. So I'm going to stand nice and tall, lengthen my tailbone. What I want to do, I'll show you from the side. I'm going to tap my right foot back behind me, and then I'm going to kick, right? So this is a psoas strengthener, right? Because it's my psoas that's kicking. So I can kick a little bit, I can kick higher, right? So there's the work. Tap behind, so there's a little stretch here, activation, stretch, activation, couple more. I like to march out when I'm changing sides. I'm tapping left behind and I'm kicking. Last one. Great. Oh, I don't know why I got distracted. All right. So now let us take on let's take on tree pose, which is a nice you know, we always feel glute med really activated in tree pose. We always feel our core really activated in tree pose, but you can feel too how your psoas, which is a big stabilizer of your spine, plays a big role in tree. So let's start standing on our right foot. So I've got an option, Anjali Mudra, hands in front of my heart. So maybe I need a kickstand, Maybe I can press my foot against my lower leg there, and or I can press all the way up here, right? So I'm going to pick where I'd like to take that leg for the day. So there's an external rotation of the left leg, connecting wherever you want to connect. And just lengthen your whole body, draw your hips in, core drawing in and lifting up towards your heart. Chest is elevated, shoulders are relaxed. Crown is reaching, and you're breathing. So just kind of put your mind, picture the psoas from your rib cage down to your femur as you're doing this. Just picture that muscle on both sides of your spine, what it's doing in this pose. Beautiful. Step me out, stretch me out. Second side. Here, I'm on my weaker side. So standing nice and tall. Placing my foot where I want to place my foot. As I said, here's Andrea's weaker side. I've got a tendon problem, so thank goodness for what my core and my hips can do and my psoas can do to help me here. All right, step that out. Let's come to the front of our mat. We've got more work to do before Savasana. Inhale my arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And I just want to come down on my knees, and I'm just going to sit down and lengthen my legs. So I like to kind of lift my cheeks up and come really tall. So I really feel I'm on my sits bones. And a couple of things. Let's relax wrists and ankles first. So I'm going to flex my hands and flex my feet and point and flex. All right, great. So our psoas has two partners in our lower back, which are the other two pillars of support of our spine. So the other two partners are quadratus lumborum, which are two muscles that that it's just kind of two little lumps of muscle that are on either side of the spine in my lower back area. And I wouldn't ever know about it unless it hurt me for some reason. And then the other one is multifidus, and multifidus actually is, you can't feel multifidus, but if you feel your spine, believe me, there's muscle that's on each vertebrae up and down the whole spinal column, and that's your multifidus, okay? So those are key pillars of support. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall, and we're gonna do something for QL first. That's its nickname, quadratus lumborum, QL. And that is this. I'm gonna lift up my cheek, and I'm just walking on my sits bones. So I'm gonna walk forward, and you can even palpate back here, and you can sort of feel a little muscle that's activated by this little walk that we're taking. And then walk me back. Great. And then another little psoas activation here. So it's in this slightly shortened position because I'm sitting, but I can activate my psoas in the following way. Maybe my hands are down on the ground. Maybe I don't need that. So that's up to me whether I need my hands down or not. But I'm going to lift a leg. So here again, my psoas is going, okay, I'll lift you up. Feel that. And this is a warm up for boat pose, which is what we're going to play with next, which is another beautiful exercise, Savasana for the psoas. All right, great. So centering myself on the mat, I want to sit on my sits bones. And we've got options here. So I want you to go by how your body feels, how your low back feels, right? Don't cause any strain here whatsoever. So the first thing I'm going to try is this. My feet are on the ground solidly. I'm going to reach my arms out. My arm bones are in the socket. And I just want to lean back as far as I can. If I feel uncertain, come back up, right? So I'm just trying to lean back as far as I can, but if I feel like I'm gonna lose it, come right back up, right? So this is boat pose with feet on the ground, right? Now, if that works for you, wonderful, keep that. Another alternative is to put my hands down and float my legs up. So I've got the same activation, right? And my legs can be here or they can be here. But my hands are on the ground, right? Again, do which one of those two works for you. And if you're feeling stronger today and you want to try it, full Navasana would be everything comes up. So here's level 1, here's level 2. So you can sort of play with what you feel. So anything you want, you just take the position that's going to work for you and you be there and breathe. All right, take a break from that. We're going to come around to supine. Double checking my clock here, I'm good. Coming around. So, once again, just kind of settle your bones and melt your muscles and really just be supported by gravity here, right? Just really feel held and supported. And we're going to do something that we're going to do what we started with, but without the block this time. So I'm going to lengthen my left leg. And I'm going to pull my right knee in. So it's going to feel a little bit different because I don't have a block underneath me. I'm just right on the floor. And just breathe here. Beautiful. And then let's lengthen the right leg out and spend a moment just lying like this. And bring the left knee in and breathe here. Beautiful. And lengthen the left leg out and just breathe here for a moment. Beautiful. So we're going to take figure 4 into a spinal twist. So I'm going to bend both knees in. I'm going to take my right ankle and put it on my left knee. And I want to reach under my left thigh and pull it towards me. So my focus here is stretching my glute muscles. My psoas muscle is pretty much shortened here in the lower end of it. It's perfectly lengthened in the spinal part of the psoas. And just breathe here. Beautiful. So this right foot is available. So I'm going to inhale here. And I'm going to exhale and I'm aiming to put my right foot on the floor so my left knee just drops. I'm going to take my left hand and wrap it around my right ankle. And I'm going to take my right arm and stretch it out. And I'm going to complete the spinal twist by looking out over my right hand. And we'll breathe here. Let's inhale here. Exhale. And then let's inhale and come back and keep the position for just a moment. And then transition. So right foot comes down back on the ground, left foot comes up, ankle on knee, right knee, reaching under my right side, pulling it towards me. And I'm going to breathe in this glute stretch here. Beautiful. So catch up with an inhale, and then exhale, dropping that left foot on the floor, right knee just drops. Capture my left ankle with my right hand, right, reach my left arm out and look out over my left hand. I'm completing the spinal twist, and I can breathe here. Catch up with an inhale here. And exhale. And inhale to come back to center. Just spend a moment right here. And then undo that. Let's go ahead and put our feet on either side of our mat. Let's have some windshield wipering here. So I'm gonna just drop my knees to one side. Let all my muscles really relax here. So my knees are moving, but I just want to really relax my body in this, inside this gesture. Last time to the left. And I can bring my knees in. Go ahead. Happy baby, or any kind of final gesture that your body is asking for right now before we think about Savasana. And if you stripped off some layers, you might want to add some layers back before we come into our stillness. And as you feel ready, you can lengthen your legs and draw your arms down by your side, perhaps with your palms up, which lets my shoulders really settle down. And let's come back into our breath, back into that notion of, with an inhalation, I'm washing the psoas all the way down, trying to reach my air all the way down to the femur connection. And then exhale and wash it back up again. So just noticing the action of your breath, how this muscle feels after the work that we engaged today. And the psoas, like QL, like multifidus, is a fairly mindful muscle in the sense that we need to draw our attention to it because we might not otherwise notice it unless we have an achy hip because of tightness. So I like to take a practice occasionally where we get to explore this key muscle that's linking upper and lower body. So keep staying focused with your breath with this kind of psoas bath that's happening. Noticing what you notice, and we'll have a few moments of stillness for Savasana. And you can deep. If you're watching this at home, you can stay in Savasana longer if you like. Just wiggle fingers and toes to just initiate some movement just there. And I can let the wiggling growing into some stretching of my limbs. As I'm stretching, have some awareness of how the psoas moves inside your stretch. And if you want to come up right now, let's use the psoas. Tug in, so I'm shortening that psoas. Going to use its strength to lift me up, and I can rock up when I'm ready. Taking my time. Sit up nice and tall. Settle my hands on my knees, either palms down or palms up. And lengthen my tailbone. Feel really tall here. Head nice and centered on my shoulders. Let's inhale through our nostrils. Open our mouths and exhale. Exhale. And exhale. Thank you for joining me for this deep psoas investigation today. I really enjoyed that. Our next practice, we theme the week, and next week is going to be themed with the solar plexus, which is associated with our core, but which is the chakra that's right in the middle of the middle. So that's what our focus of next week is going to be. So thank you so much. I will stop this recording.